Okay, welcome everyone to the court of the Minecraft realm. If we could please have the crown walk in.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, so I guess we'll start.
We're missing the other party.
Okay,
Oh.
and if we could
We're
please
missing
have
the
the
party.
defense come in.
All
When
right.
you forget the other party.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll start.
Wait.
Oh.
Before we begin, I must read the rules and abilities
And regulations. Oh, my bad. Yeah.
I would like to object
of the
to
judge
rules.
and the jury.
You're not supposed to say that.
The rules and abilities for the judge
Standing on the table.
of the Minecraft realm. Number 1, the judge is allowed to use bells to call order in the court. Number 2, judge must listen to both sides and their points against each other and cannot take sides in the court sessions. Number 3, judge to make a decision off evidence, statements / presentations. Rules / abilities for the jury of the Minecraft court. The jury must listen to both sides and their points against each other and cannot take sides in court sessions. Jury to make decision off evidence, statements, and presentations. We may begin.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start from this page on the right. So this is court case ID 00001, and it was established on 11/8/2020. Our crown is Dawn, and our defense is Madison and Jessica. The judge is Karen. So I'm gonna start with the accusations. So accusation from Crown to Defense 1, Dawn established her home first. Dawn questions the decree of the president. And then accusations from Crown to Defense 2, Dawn states president is inactive. Dawn states no work is being done by president. And so information continuing, statement of the Defense 1. Defense states books was contract and legally binding. Defense states accepted the terms of the contract and there is evidence. Defense states Madison did not make any decrees. Defense says Madison has been more active than Dawn. So we have that. And then, okay, evidence from Dawn. I established my area before them, never online. What was your first... Sorry, back. Okay. I established my area before them, never online. What was your first degree exactly? Not doing much as president except signing papers. Accusation defense, if they bring up that I agreed to move, I had no choice really. They were already surrounding me. They had destroyed the surrounding forest. So I guess we start with the crown and your evidence, since you guys were the ones that started the accusations. So you guys can head on over on this stage.
Crown to defense. I would like Dawn to state her accusations for the defense.
Do you guys want to step up on stage, or do you just want to stay there?
Oh, we can just vibe here.
Okay.
Well, you
We
have
can
to
sit
be
at
up
the
there,
table.
Karen, because you're the judge.
Yeah, you have to
okay.
vibe up there. So my accusation against Maddie is that while my house was being built, at the time she wasn't very much. Well, I wasn't on much, but I soon promised to be on a lot more, and they were already, as Karen said, they were already surrounding me. Like, their area was already surrounding my hill. Therefore, I didn't have much choice when they asked me to move. Yeah.
Lawyer can state evidence.
So, first off, stolen item report. Wait, this is not. There's lots of. So, suing President Resin, player name Maddie _. Reason: faulty president time spent on buildings, not on paperwork. No involvement in community events. Us forced Dawn Fox moving. Reason for moving, wanted more space for personal buildings and use. Dawn felt she had to move. They offered to compensate, but she felt threatened to move due to titles. Plus using I Eat Starship farm without asking. So, I have this paper here, Your Honor, showing their land space for their own personal property that they expended upon.
Okay, perfect.
Also have with me here the original copy asked for her to move.
Which is not signed for some reason. But,
May I mention, she had her
Yeah.
house already built and they built around her house, leaving very little space for her to finish her original projects. I'm going to grab my other evidence very quickly.
Okay.
Okay, this is fine. Oscar, do you want to take a look at these? Here's the map.
Is everybody in the audience not part of the jury, or are they just sitting there just because there's
They're
no
just sitting there.
jury
But
room?
Ivan.
if the jury and the judge come to a conclusion that's differently, the audience will.
Oh, Don, can you pull up the screenshots?
Yeah, give me
This
a
is
second.
the other piece of evidence. It was not dyed originally by me, but the evidence, Your Honor.
I see.
Don will present also the other photos we had taken.
Yeah, I just need to find them real quick.
Showing what the blue wool was used for. Okay.
I'll send in Minecraft chat.
Okay. What the?
What does this have to do with the blue wool?
That was the use. Legally dyed sheep. When was the last time
What?
one of you asked
Wait,
Your
who?
Honor,
What? Wait. What does this sheep have to do? Oh, okay. Never mind.
What
I
the
understand.
hell?
That wasn't in the thing.
Yeah, that kind of was
Yeah,
not
that
part of
okay
it.
because this
And
book
that's a separate
this
issue.
book
Yeah,
was
This
made
is a
before.
separate
We can-
lawsuit.
Okay, it's fine. We can rebuttal this too. Like,
Okay.
Because this book was made like way before. This was like well planned.
this was the original book, if you may look.
Okay.
okay, is it our turn yet?
Let me take a look at that book.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. It was originally made, I believe. What day was it made? You were there. Yesterday? Before the other book.
When
the
that
original
book? What book?
One where it includes the sheep.
Yeah, that was made like yesterday.
We can rebuttal that too. It's fine. Does anybody have any emotional attachment to this insane chicken fella?
Yeah.
Have what emotional
Yes.
attachment?
Yeah. He's
Like
my
good,
son.
positive. Is
I
anybody
have to
friends?
protect
He's
him.
my pet. Okay, he
Is
gives me
anybody
boo cookies.
friends
You
with
can't
him?
murder him. You can't murder
Okay.
this man.
I was
So
gonna say ban, but okay.
if
Yeah,
the
Madison.
defense is allowed to speak and tell their own
Yep.
points and presentate
Okay.
Just
what
because-
they say
I would like
goes
to
against
say
that.
first, okay. I would like to say first, the Crown stated that you were forced to say yes because of titles. I have proof that Madison was not president when you said yes. She had not even done her debate yet. So there were no titles when you had agreed to the terms in the contract. So, yes, your house was there prior to our arrival on the realm. And we spent about 2 weeks working on our house and our farm. And we wanted to expand. We'd seen you online once. So, in fact, it was me who wrote the book to you. Madison had nothing to do with it. She didn't actually care about building the house. It was all me, and I just like asked her to read it over. So you're like suing the wrong person, but whatever. So, in this book, I was asking for permission for you to move out. I was gonna build you a huge house. Like I was ready to take on whatever project because I enjoy building. So I asked you if that would be okay, and you declined, which was fine. So in a DM you sent to Madison on Discord, because I asked you in the book to message us to say your decision. You said you barely play. It's not fair to us for you to be there. Whatever. And then Madison said, oh, it's fine. Like, we'll build you a house. And then you said, no, it's okay. You don't have to build me a house. So we were going to uphold the contractual obligations we set for ourselves, and you denied those. So that is not our fault. And also, I have a demonstration I'd like to make, okay? Let's pretend that this was Dawn's house, okay? This is where Madison and I built our house. And then we expanded our farm here, okay? In no way is this surrounding her house. This was all behind her house. In fact, still to this day, we have not surrounded where her house was. We've merely built on top of where it was. So nothing was surrounded. Madison, I think you should talk about the other presidential stuff.
Okay, yeah. So in my speech, I didn't actually clarify that I was gonna make any of these big I didn't state any of these big points that I was gonna do. The only thing I said was that I was gonna start building paths around the server, and I think we've started doing that. But I also said that we were gonna focus mainly on upgrading the aesthetics and the planning around the server, and I feel like I've done that. When I've been building this whole Christmas village with me and Sophia. So we've built this whole thing for Christmas. So I think that's a good community project that I promised that I was going to start doing. And I think I've done that. And I'm improving the overall aesthetic of the server by building these. I think you can consider them nice builds as well. So the fact that she says that I don't do a lot on the server is kind of misleading. Yes, I haven't been on as much as I wanted to even, because I'm in grade 11 and that's when school actually starts mattering. So yes, of course I'm the president here and I take a lot of responsibility in that, but at the same time real life school has to take priority over everything. So I'm sorry if you feel that way, that I haven't been on the server a lot, but sometimes all the time when I do get the chance to come on the server, I get yelled at because I'm on it for too long by my mom. So I mean, yeah. And also, finally, concerning the wool, I know it's not a big part of this debate, but also I asked Star's permission to dye her wool, and she sectioned off a part of the sheep pen where I could use the wool, and it was for the river, the moat in the castle. So yeah, I did ask. It was not without asking. So.
Are we gonna have any witness examinations in this hearing?
If you
might
have
as
any.
Well, yeah, if you have any. I
Okay,
think
I'd like-
Rowan's here.
Yeah, I just got here.
Well, do you guys want to call your witness first?
Our witness isn't actually online.
You can just talk in the chat.
Yeah.
Sounds like a you problem.
Wow.
LOL.
Who's your witness?
Rowan.
Ron's in the call.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm right here.
Dawn, you can speak about this part.
You're the one that called that part, so.
Oh, yeah, the die part. That's true. I do agree with Madison. I did previously say she may dye my sheep as long as she dyed them back. As I mentioned before, I own a small wolf shop with very little hires, so that was problematic. And I needed white dye.
Also, I want to bring up that like you did say that you were gonna build me a new house. So what's the fun in letting someone build your house, like even if it's for free or even if they're getting the materials, when you're on a server that's like this with so many people and like you want to make it last for a long time? What's the fun in letting someone else build stuff for you? Like,
Don't get to do
Also, as you mentioned before, the titles thing. We do not mean titles as president, although it may be seen as that. You said that you were currently online a lot and that your parents would yell at you for being online for multiple hours at a time. We meant titles as in mostly online, and you are known as very friendly on this server, so it'd be unlikely that people would side with someone who just joined. And obviously, or most people would feel threatened by having buildings nearby by a friendly person.
when we went surrounded, like even if it wasn't like around the whole area, when you did ask me, you had destroyed the forest behind my base, and where the windmill now is, where the hill was, you have built all the way around. So the part that you said that even to this day, um, where my base was isn't surrounded, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is surrounded
No,
by.
it's not.
Your
by
Honor, if
fields.
we may show you, may we take a field trip to
You
Diane
may.
Dawn House? All right,
Oscar,
field
please
trip
come on.
time. Field trip.
Yeah.
Field trip, guys.
Magic school bus.
Bunch of business. Wow. Okay, sir.
Psst, Madison. Who would you say is the most important person here? Okay.
I
Dennis?
feel like the only correct answer for you, Sean, is you.
No. There's an
Pretty
answer.
sure that's the
There's
answer
a-
you're looking for.
Just think of anyone who's currently on this trip.
The hoe of justice is by far the most important.
I
Yes.
want to ask how this isn't surrounded.
That's not a
This is
person.
I
that's
made
it.
exactly
Your
where the hill
Honor.
was.
It actually, Your Honor, it was here. And also, if you said that before, it wasn't exactly touching. Her house was a majority underground. So, for instance, her house went all the way through underground, most of where this farmland is.
Actually,
So,
I'd like
it
to
was
I would like
the
I would
actual
like to speak
restriction.
for a second. Okay. So where
Wait, let's
I
all
am
stand
standing,
inside, guys.
where I am standing right now was the entrance to her house. Dawn, do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
see this windmill right here? It is not all the way around your house. It is where your house once stood. There is nothing I've built over here which would constitute surrounding your house.
And this specific windmill we asked to use
Yeah.
your hill in order to build this. This was not here before. This farm
Yeah,
was not here
exactly.
before. The barn was not here before.
These farms, you were starting to build them though. That all the way
No,
back.
These
the
ones next to
farms
the
that we
windmill?
were starting to build were all the way over here.
Yeah, it was those ones over there.
I think our house is the closest thing other than the windmill. So if you had a problem with it, you should have told us that our house was too close.
I mean, you guys had already like an underground thing, and your house. It would have been kind of like honestly just rude at that point to ask for you. Oh shit.
Well, if you
to
felt
ask
that
for you to-
strongly about it, then you should have told us.
Oh, and they're right on that part.
I ain't trying to bitch. I
I
ain't trying to
did
be a
tell you
bitch again,
that.
okay?
Okay, I say we head back.
First thing. Okay, going back to the house thing or the no loss thing.
You can do whatever.
I'm asking Star mostly, but
Let's start with
she's dead.
the house.
I'm looking for
The
stuff.
house
yeah.
thing. Okay, so at the time I wasn't even online enough to realize that Jessica and Madison had even built their area as much that as they as I didn't realize until I came online more. I wouldn't have. Okay, one of the reasons that I didn't that I agreed to move is because they had been so close to me. Even then, there wasn't much separating us. I wouldn't have been able to expand my area much, and even then, I would only be able to expand into the forest, which there was a river on that side, I believe. Um, at the time, I thought it was fine, but I realized very quickly that there wasn't actually anywhere for me to build an ideal home, which is why I had to go so far out into the lands behind Star's house.
Yep.
There wasn't so very far away from everything. So I had to build my new home there. Also, a personal feeling of mine when you guys asked me to move was that you guys were being very nice about it. I didn't want to bring you guys down by not letting you build, since I knew that you guys really liked building. And you had done so much to improve your home, even at that point. And I didn't want to spend too much time thinking about it, since like I didn't want to keep you waiting for a very long time.
Okay.
I think my lawyer has died.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm looking for the other stuff. But is there anything you'd like me to add, Dawn? Because I'm sure you covered most of it.
I believe I have.
Do you have any questions for her? Because that's really what the witness testimony is supposed to be.
I can state facts.
Do you want to defend yourself against whatever I said?
Well, do you have proof for these facts that you were stating? Because we had brought in our proof, as you can. Well, Andy has Karen has it.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing that you don't have proof. I just think that your proof is flawed.
How? In what way?
Well, okay. For starters, where Star's building her parking lot, you had an ample amount of time before she started building that. Like, what was it, like 3 days ago, to expand onto that land? And there wasn't any river there, so I don't see why.
Yeah. Also,
our ideal spots are mountain areas. When we just mentioned that.
Yes, and Star had said that she didn't want anyone building closer than like 50 blocks away, and that area is less than 50 blocks away, I believe. So I wouldn't have been able to build there without her approval, and she would not have given me approval to build there.
That's 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair. Is there any questions that you want to give me?
So I'm sure you should probably ask questions. I'm sure. Like why they wanted to build where you lived.
Yeah. Why did you guys want to build in that exact area instead of expanding backwards or in another area?
Well, as you know, that me and Jessica are actually like real life friends with Emma, so we took it pretty, like when we joined the server, we wanted to be close to Emma because we were struggling with resources in the beginning, and she was kind enough to like provide us with shelter when we needed it, like when we were building. So as this is the first time that me and Jessica have both played in hard mode, we were like really scared. So we wanted to build our house as close to Emma's, so we'd have like access to Emma's house for like sleeping purposes and like nourishment and stuff. And we wouldn't be that far away from where we were building our house.
Wait, can I intervene for a second? You said you wanted to build closer to Emma's house, but that's in the opposite direction of Emma's house.
I'm pretty sure that they're pretty close.
Well, Dawn's house.
Well, she's talking about like why we built there in the first place, not why.
Yeah,
we were
I'm not
I thought you were talking about the. Wait, Dawn, what was your question?
I asked why you were expanding that way instead of backwards or.
So
another
We
area.
didn't expand backwards because we were going to go into the ravine. We also did expand backwards as we did expand forwards before we actually did start expanding towards your territory. We have this whole pathway and we have like these pretty trees and like a stable there. So we did expand forwards. We expanded every way except the way that your house was, and we gave you proper notice about it. And we did give you the option to decline it, and we weren't going to take it like badly. We did have a lot of other land, but we were just asking.
this is true. This is true. They did mention we can also negotiate other terms as prospective deal if you'd like, but they did not mention you can decline this offer. This book mainly covers them talking about how they wanted her land to expand their area, which is true.
We never declared that we wanted it and that we were going to take the land without her knowing. We gave her an ample opportunity to answer the question, and we didn't start expanding anywhere near her land or on her land before this document was signed. I also, as you can see in the screenshots, was trying to reassure myself that she wanted what we proposed like multiple times, because I am that nice of a person. Like I don't like bossing people around, so like I wanted to provide her ample opportunity to decline me. Like I am like a shy person when I first meet people, so like I know what it feels like to like be uncomfortably forced into a situation. So I feel I took this into heart, and I kind of like in my text messages you can see that I'm just saying like I feel bad, but at the same time I don't think we should have felt bad because we did give you like a big speech and gave you an opportunity.
Yeah, and we're not saying that you should feel bad.
I would like to point out that in this book, we did state we didn't want to ruin the home that you'd created. And if you would allow, we would like to help you build a new house. And then at the end, we said, we'll hope you'll consider this offer. Sorry, I just closed the book.
Punching my lawyer.
I'm sorry, I closed the book.
It's
I'm sorry.
Let's do it again.
So yeah, there was like, we like, it wasn't, we weren't forcing it on you. We were like, we hope you consider it. We don't want to ruin what you've built. Like, we were offering it to you.
Don, do you wanna? Okay. Okay. I think. Wait. Sorry. Is it? I'm gonna be kind of AFK because. On another note, I believe that the DMs with the whole law rules things. I think those were verbally said the last time. Oh,
I want to bring up something. On the first page of this document that you didn't sign for some reason. Wait, what? Okay, I have a question. Why didn't you sign it?
We discussed this when you guys were out of the call, but we didn't sign it because when you signed it, it's like binded. And if you wanted to add anything like a counter offer, we wanted to give you the opportunity to do that. We didn't want to feel like you're forcing it on you. So we did put our names and we gave our Discord addresses as well, but we didn't feel like we should have signed it and made it like formal before you got the chance to sign it. And as it was an agreement, I feel like it should have been. It is up to the person who receives it to sign it.
Okay. But also on the first page, it says that you did do a bit of terraforming on my hill.
That was just the back of the hill.
It's still on
still
the
the hill.
property.
Also, I had a window on that general side of the hill.
I did not see any window. I did not.
No, she's talking about like the waterfall thing.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a window.
Yeah. We didn't touch the window.
Yeah.
Just removed some dirt. Well, actually, no, we didn't even remove it. We added it to make the hill like, so it wasn't as steep, like it is now. So it was flatter.
Okay. All right, Don, do you want to keep pursuing or? about
We
them.
can talk about the law making now, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the law. You can.
Okay,
have the
I'm
next
looking
slide.
through oldest messages, but it keeps stopping after I go into page 2. So I like it's difficult finding when I mentioned it or if I said it verbally because to be honest, I cannot remember.
Okay, I can start with this. I know that I'm on the stand, but like, so I am defending myself, so I'll just say this. Like, I know when I started my debate discussion that I said that I wanted to elect Star as the detective agency. So I did give her the opportunity. It is my bad, is on part my bad that I haven't given her like proper instructions. But you can ask Galaxy that I've been like actively trying to give people an opportunity to apply to be like detectives and stuff.
I have
Put it in the chat times
I
and no
have
one DM'd me or anything, so
So, if I may say, earlier you mentioned that you were focusing on buildings. You just mentioned right now about the law and stuff. And as we discussed at the time, we were going more into making police stuff. The first thing you decided to work on was the Christmas area. Although I do enjoy that area a lot, like a lot. It's incredible. We should have probably put more time into making stuff that was more beneficial, such as court and justice and law, but that was later added.
Like long term.
I think I did do that though because I did provide people the opportunity to apply. I said in my speech that if I do win, that people would have an opportunity to apply. So I guess I shouldn't have.
I don't think it was made clear because no one after that really had any clue what was happening. For the longest time, people were in general just continuing on building because no one had been I think I mentioned before there should be a construction company, so nothing was really happening there. I think that was a big part on the community in general because not a lot of people were asking what they wanted to be happening.
I feel that
besides
I
the
didn't
law.
point that I wanted to have a community, like a construction thing. I was actually against that because I want people to have the equal opportunity to build stuff, and I didn't agree with the monetary value. I don't think that this should be a server based around monetary value. I think it should be just people building stuff because they want to. I think that's what we've been doing as I signed the documents for people to build things. Like, even if it's things that I don't personally feel we have a need for, I sign it because I know that people want to express their creativity in whatever way. So,
Alright, that's fair.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think the big thing that I think I mentioned a few times that I've gone off topic, ever since the election, we just haven't had any laws or rules put in place. And I do understand that you're busy with multiple school life things as many other people are at this time. But nothing was really done about laws. I had expected, and I believe a lot of other people were, expecting some sort of rules to be put in place because with building and stuff, you said you wanted people to build freely, but no one knew the expectations and the building laws where you like sign stuff didn't come in till a little bit later, till after people were like, oh, what's happening? Although you did include it eventually, which was nice, but there's still no like really rules set in place. It's just you sign it and you do it.
In my speech, I think the redstone thing was based off of like community and stuff, or like
But there weren't many community projects. They were more
The well-being of adventurers and people.
Okay. Anyways, so I felt that when I came into office, I felt that the community should be a big part, and that's why I agree with this court system. But I actually feel that these things should be discussed even more as a group and like a bigger group discussion. But anyways, the only person that had formally come to me about a complaint was Sean, and I did ask him many questions about like what he feels should be the repayment because we didn't have like no one came to me about the role of like police or anything to provide justice. So I asked him about like if he wanted to go to court and like have a jury and stuff. And knowing Sean, he never wanted that. So but he was the only one who did openly come to me. So I guess it might have been my fault that I didn't reach out to the community, but I thought that it was just something that people would start doing.
I'm not really sure else what to include except for the community. mention the community projects that have mainly been started have been mainly started by Galaxy and I, including the Halloween festival area, which was never really put in place. We didn't get too much feedback from the community, and also the White House. That was a big community thing that we talked about, but it was mainly done by Galaxy, which
Okay,
yeah.
wait. Can I just say that the White House was pretty much finished when me and Madison
Yeah,
joined the
that's true.
realm? So
Yeah,
like, you
that's
can't really
true.
use that as an example because we weren't here to help with that.
Okay, that's true.
That's
fair.
true.
And also for the Pumpkin Plaza, we did offer our help, but at the time when we were like asked for our help, it was like 2 days before Halloween. So, like, we tried to find out a time where everybody could go and work on it and like plow through it, but like even me and Jessica and Sean and Emma made like a specific time that we were going to work on this Pumpkin Plaza or whatever, but like we
were
just
kind of
didn't-
in over our heads, and we had plans that were too big to do in the 2 days we had.
And in the future, may I suggest telling more people, because I had no idea that these plazas and these certain events were happening. It was something I feel like the community wasn't really aware about, because
Yeah, actually, I wasn't aware that we
no
were
clue.
Pumpkin Plaza.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought that the community people were talking about a game night, which I definitely agreed to. So I thought we were gonna do like Jackbox and Among Us and all that. So not necessarily related to Minecraft. I was also planning like a trick thing that I was gonna provide.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That I was gonna provide to the community, but
that never
the
happened.
idea of the Pumpkin Plaza came up. So I was seeing if the community was gonna do that, but before you know it,
It kind of got deleted. Yeah. I showed up and I made the maze, and no one else was really on. I think that's more of a community thing. No one's really at fault there. No one participated.
Yeah. And like yes, like I don't know. I think it's up to me to organize the community in these things. But at the same time, like I look at these community things and like everybody's like
no one shows up. The time is everyone's, no offense, but everyone's very horrible at timing.
No, okay. So this is what happened.
Back a lot.
This is what happened.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair
Berto
enough.
posts like a
Sorry.
meme. Berto posts a meme and everybody goes ha ha ha. And then for example, Galaxy's taken a lot of major roles in the development of the community, and I praise him for that. So if he proposes something to the chat, no one responds. It's like I respond, and like maybe one more person responds. But I feel that's something I should talk to the community. I think that is a role that I should be taking more responsibility of. So.
Does anyone know if I said verbally that someone was taking my role? Because I'm looking through this chat and I cannot see anything on it. But it's like all very recent.
Yeah,
It
you
was when I was
said it a
building
couple of
the
times
zoo,
because I was on the call one of the times you said that.
Yeah, I can. That's a different topic, but like,
yeah, it's a completely different lawsuit for.
Okay,
I've been looking at the thing for the past while.
Why you Kim Kardashian me off the table?
Yes, I did.
Why would you?
Some kind of fake.
Is it Jessica to examine me, Judge?
Sorry. What'd you say?
Jessica, come and examine.
May I ask who's Coda?
I don't know.
Me neither.
That's Dakota.
I had added people, stop going through my chest. I'd like. Okay, sorry. I should mention this later. Can someone inform me when we're finished with this? Oh, sorry. This is okay. Let's just
did I rob you or something?
One gunpowder. One.
What, you want your one gunpowder back?
No,
I can pay the one gunpowder for him. Here. Who am I paying?
Too.
Who am I paying? Here's 7.
Thanks. Oh, you really didn't have to, but thank you.
You're very
gunpowder.
generous, Turtle.
No, but someone had stolen like all my gunpowder and Coda's.
Someone stole like 10 blocks of iron from me like a while ago, and I'm supposed to be at like a stack of iron blocks, but I'm over here at like a 30. So
I'm pretty sure like 3 stacks of gunpowder stolen.
Someone also killed one of my villagers I had gotten full trades with, and I still to this day am wondering who it is. And I know someone killed it because it was in a house and there weren't doors for zombies to get in. Someone killed
Okay.
it.
That Jessica should cross-examine me.
I think. Oh, should we finish this off to come with an agreement for the whole house thing? That's what we were.
We should. I
Wait,
have to go
I'd
soon.
like to ask Dawn questions first before we get to a conclusion on the house agreement.
Okay.
Be done.
Okay, so So I'd like to know what about the book made you feel like we were forcing it on you.
What do you mean by that?
Like what you said the book felt like we were forcing you to move. What written in the book made you feel like that?
It's just the whole thing in general. It seemed very professional. Like you took a long time to write. It's a 5-page book. It's a 5-page Minecraft book. So it seemed very threatening in a way.
Okay. So had
very
I,
professional.
like
for
message you
Minecraft
on Discord and be like, "Hey, could you move?" Would that be like less threatening or more threatening? Do you think?
It would have been less threatening, but like,
really?
Excuse me, what? Like, I'm not. I most likely would have said no if you were just like, "Yo, can you move? We're building some stuff." Like, I would have, like, depending how close you were, close you were from to my area at the time. Like, depending if I was gonna expand or not, I would have most likely said no.
Okay. I have another question. So, what made you bring up this lawsuit? Like, were you looking for personal gain? Were you just kind of mad about
content?
It? Content.
But
Okay,
I
I
can
see.
100% confirm you were planning on making this content. Right?
What? Make
this whole thing was mainly for content in general.
Yes,
Okay,
it was
so
for
you did
content
this.
We
purposes.
didn't have many
You did
reasons,
this?
but also we took the ones we had.
I see. We were gonna say
And
something.
you gave us an opportunity, and we took it.
Alright.
Sure. I don't know how much I agree with that, but
So
it's a very flimsy opportunity, but it's still there.
So you agree that there's pretty much no like legal reason for you to bring up this lawsuit other than you wanted content.
Also, I don't want to speak upon my client, but I think my client was still a little angry because she really liked her area.
Yeah, I really like that hill.
So was there something preventing you from bringing that up with Madison and I because we could have made an agreement?
Yeah, because you guys had spent like a long time. Like I saw how much you guys were on. Like you guys were on a lot. Like most of the time when I was online, which wasn't a lot of the time back then, you guys were on like almost every time that I joined. So I knew you guys were spending a lot of time on here and a lot of time building your house. Many hours and resources was spent for that house and just area in general, and terraforming and just building up your area, making it very aesthetic. I really like your area.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, I didn't want to come through the process of you guys making this beautiful, amazing thing that you guys were already working on. Like I didn't want to like just break that line of perfect beautifulness. I didn't want to do that.
So you agree that you basically verbally signed that contract in a written form on Discord.
Okay, I can. That's
this is a yes or no question. So you either agreed to the contract verbally.
I did agree to the contract.
Yes. Okay. So are you aware of contract law? Do you know anything about contract law?
Do I look like I do?
Well, guess what? I learned
later.
in class today.
Yeah, because you're in 11th grade. I'm a middle schooler. You can't attack.
You could sue another middle schooler first to get some experience.
We should probably finish off because
can we
I
finish?
need to leave.
I have one more thing to say. Okay.
Okay.
My closing statement. the witness has agreed that she contractually signed a legally binding contract. Therefore,
well,
there's
this
no
this
reason.
Discord. Wait. Does
There is no
DM
reason
count as
for
a
this.
contract?
Yeah, written contract. I'll send you the PDF I have of contract law if you want.
Jessica, may I mention this whole time
course you
Karen
have
has
one.
been very absent from talking.
That
Yeah.
is
All
very
of it
true.
in-
She's not
That's
supposed to
true.
talk right now.
I
This is
think
lawyer
Dawn
business.
was meaning to sue Jessica because this whole time it sounds more like
No, I thought she
Yeah,
owned
it
the
was
land.
me, but she's
I thought
sued the wrong
Madison owned it.
person.
No, I
That's
didn't.
not my
Okay, I
fault.
wasn't aware that you owned the lands that you built on.
You should have done your research more than.
How do I do
Anyway,
research? Like, oh, I must.
Anyway,
I
like
finna
to
sue
finish
you.
by
Who owns your
saying
land?
She
Like, sorry.
she signed a legally binding contract. Therefore, there's no reason for this court time to have even happened. So, there.
I
Okay.
will a counter offer. The court was necessary for this one.
Karen.
Have we learned a lesson, Don? We don't sue people.
No, I'm still gonna sue people.
That's
okay.
It's not about houses.
So edit your response.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Holy whack.
Should jury have a meeting?
Decision of the judge. I, Karen, the judge, have fairly observed this information in the accusations presented of by both sides and have found the defense not guilty. And then Oscar.
Okay.
Miko.
Decision of the jury.
supposed to be
We,
okay?
the jury, we, the jury of the Minecraft realm, after this hearing, hereby decide the fate of the accused and find the defense not guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh, I'm a lawyer.
We close this case off. Thank you for coming.